Why did cavemen have strong, white, perfect teeth, while we get cavities even after brushing twice a day? They had no toothpaste, no dentists, no technology, yet their smiles were cleaner than ours. What went wrong? The truth will shock you and might change how you see your own mouth forever. For countless generations, early humans roamed forests, grasslands and mountains as hunters and gatherers, eating hard, coarse foods directly from nature like raw meat, tough animal sinew, hard-shelled nuts, chewy roots and fibrous wild plants. And this constant grinding motion served like a natural brush that kept their teeth clean and polished without any toothbrush, while their diet lacked refined sugar and starchy food, so dangerous, cavity-causing bacteria never got the chance to dominate. Their mouths were filled with healthy, diverse bacteria that actually protected their teeth, and their saliva naturally fought infection because it stayed alkaline. Scientists now know that these ancient people had broad, strong jaws because their muscles were regularly exercised by chewing tough foods, which helped every tooth fit correctly without crowding. Even their wisdom teeth had space to grow. When archaeologists examine ancient skulls from Africa, Europe, and Asia, they are stunned to see almost zero cavities or tooth rot in hunter-gatherers. Many skulls are thousands of years old, yet the teeth look almost new, even though these people had no doctors, no dental hygiene tools, and no concept of medicine. Their dental plaque carried dozens of bacterial species we no longer have today, microbes that balanced the mouth and prevented harmful species from spreading. But about 10,000 years ago, human life changed completely when agriculture began. People settled down, planted wheat, rice, barley, and corn, and started eating mushy porridge, soft grain cakes, and later bread. These carbohydrates stuck to the tooth surface and turned into sugar inside the mouth. Harmful bacteria began feeding on this sugar and excreting acid, which ate away tooth enamel and caused cavities. As grain became the daily staple food, ancient villagers began suffering from headaches, jaw pain, black holes in their teeth, swollen gums, and abscesses that led to deadly infections that sometimes killed them. Archaeologists found early farming community skeletons with rotting teeth, broken roots, and jawbone infections, something rarely seen in older foraging humans. The numbers are shocking. In hunter-gatherer societies, only 1 to 5% of teeth show cavities. But in early farming villages, it jumped to 30, 40, and even 60%. And in some modern populations, up to 85% of people have serious dental decay, even though we brush, floss, and visit dentists. The shift to farming was a dental disaster. Meanwhile, the Industrial Revolution about 200 years ago made the problem far worse. We started eating refined white flour, processed sugar, candies, biscuits, and soft bread, as well as drinking sugary tea and soda, which bathed teeth in sugar throughout the day. It became normal to snack non-stop, which means the mouth stays acidic for hours. Our modern saliva lacks the protective strength it once had because the beneficial bacteria species vanished as our diet changed. Scientists who scraped tartar from ancient skulls found a rich ecosystem of helpful microbes that fought cavities naturally. Today, our mouths are dominated by harmful bacteria like Streptococcus mutans and fewer protective species. Even though we have mouthwash, toothbrushes, and dentists, we still suffer from tooth decay because our diet has turned our mouths into acid factories. In fact, dentists say we are now fighting a losing battle. Brushing twice a day doesn't fully save us if we eat sugar all day. Cavemen never sipped cola or sucked candy, never had white flour stuck in their molars, and never consumed sticky processed snacks. Their diet was nature's toothbrush, and their mouth bacteria were nature's army of protection. Their jaws developed properly, and their immune systems were better adapted to oral bacteria balance. Today's children often have crooked teeth, need braces, and have cavities in childhood, something ancient hunter-gatherer children rarely experienced. Scientists publish studies in journals like Nature Genetics showing that the diversity of oral bacteria started collapsing with agriculture and declined even more through industrialization, causing the modern mouth to become a battlefield of destructive microbes. This is why anthropologists now say that prehistoric humans had better dental health by accident. Not because they were more advanced, but because their natural diet and lifestyle protected them automatically. Modern life, full of sugar, snacks, processed food, and constant eating, has created a crisis where our teeth are under constant attack. Even with high-tech dental tools, fluoride, and regular checkups, many people suffer from gums bleeding, cavities, teeth sensitivity, and bad breath. Ironically, the caveman who never saw a dentist often had better teeth than a modern human who brushes daily. This shocking contrast proves that the dramatic shift from natural eating to agricultural and industrial diets was the real turning point in human dental health. And unless we understand that, we will keep fighting a battle our ancestors already won without even trying. Imagine living 130,000 years ago when a simple toothache could turn deadly because infections from one rotting molar could spread through your jaw into your bloodstream and kill you. You lie on a cave floor, your friends holding down your arms and head as someone takes a sharpened flintstone tied to a wooden bow drill and begins carving a hole straight into your living tooth, and the vibration rattles your skull while warm blood fills your mouth and the pain shoots through your entire body. But somehow you don't die because stone age people developed real dental procedures long before modern medicines existed, and archaeologists have found skulls from Pakistan dating back 9,000 years with perfectly round drilled holes in teeth that were made intentionally to remove decaying tissue, which means there were specialists who knew exactly where to drill, and experimental recreations show they could create a tiny cavity in under a minute, which may sound quick, but without any anesthesia, that 1 minute would feel like hell stretching into eternity. After removing the decay, they sealed the hole with beeswax or tree resin, which acted like a natural antibacterial filling that protected the tooth for months or years. These people understood dental anatomy surprisingly well. They avoided the nerve pulp, kept the hole controlled, and filled it with natural antiseptic substances, showing that Stone Age dentists were not just violent, but precise and intelligent craftsmen. And in Europe, researchers found a 6,500-year-old human tooth filled with ancient beeswax, still stuck inside after all those centuries, proving the material worked well as a sealant. Some cultures used birch tar mixed with plant fibers and even crushed bone powder or charcoal, pressing it into the drilled hole and smoothing it flat with a stone tool to prevent food from entering again. Other tribes used opium poppy resin or coca leaves to dull the pain, or made fermented drinks as a form of anesthesia, while many people endured the work completely sober, biting leather or wood to survive the agony. Even Neanderthals practiced dental care. Scientists discovered a 130,000-year-old tooth in Croatia with deep grooves carved by what looked like a toothpick, and the surrounding bone shows signs that the person was trying to ease pain caused by a misaligned tooth or infection. And this Neanderthal used sharpened bone splinters or grass stalks as a tool to dig out food stuck between teeth, proving that dental care existed even before Homo sapiens. In many regions, prehistoric humans used their teeth not only for eating, but as tools to scrape hides, carve wood, and hold objects like a third hand, grinding them down flat over the years. which ironically reduced cavities because the surfaces became smooth and hard, leaving fewer trapped spaces for bacteria, though it caused other pain like exposed roots. Archaeological findings show teeth worn down almost to the gum from lifelong use as tools, creating a dental pattern we rarely see today, and children's milk teeth in ancient tribes show similar wear marks, meaning kids helped with work from a young age. And dentists today say these extreme wear patterns sometimes protected them from decay, better than modern humans who barely use their teeth for anything hard. Prehistoric humans also practiced preventive dental hygiene. They used toothpicks made of fish bones, bird claws, or small carved sticks, and some tribes chewed on twigs from specific medicinal trees like Salvadora persica that released natural antiseptic oils, which killed harmful bacteria and freshened the mouth, a method still used in parts of Africa and the Middle East in the form of miswak sticks. Other tribes crushed sea salt or burnt plant ashes and rubbed the powder on their teeth as a primitive abrasive to scrub away sticky residue. Investigators have found grooves and scratch marks between the teeth of ancient skulls that match the size of thin slivers of wood, showing regular cleaning after meals. They also used animal sinew strands as early floss to pull bits of meat from between teeth. All of this shows that our ancestors didn't simply suffer. They invented tools for oral care. They experimented with fillings, natural painkillers, antiseptic plants, and surgical drilling long before any official dental science existed. The horror of drilling without anesthesia must have left physical and psychological scars. But even more shocking is that patients survived these procedures, meaning the techniques were effective enough for the body to heal afterward. Some skulls show evidence of repeated dental interventions, indicating the same person may have gone through more than one procedure in their lifetime, suggesting that certain individuals in the tribe developed specialized skills and became known as the healers or primitive dentists. Though their methods were brutal, their understanding of the human tooth was far from primitive. They targeted cavities without damaging the pulp intentionally, sometimes even packing crushed herbs like oregano or clove to fight infection. When infection spread to the jaw, some evidence suggests they attempted tooth extraction by loosening the rotten tooth with shaped stone wedges or by tying the tooth with sinew and yanking it violently, leaving a widened, empty socket in the bone that shows healing afterward. The ability to survive that kind of crude surgery proves prehistoric humans had both the willpower and community support to endure immense pain for health. And even though some procedures must have ended badly, many were successful enough to become part of shared knowledge passed down through generations. Scholars believe that as cavities increased after the shift to farming, the role of the village dentist became necessary, which is why, by the time of ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia, dental specialists already existed. But the roots of dentistry go back to these Paleolithic and Neolithic ancestors who pioneered drilling, filling, toothpicking, and dental cleaning without any written language or scientific training, only through observation and experimentation over thousands of years of necessity. This terrifying yet brilliant chapter of human history shows that even when faced with unbearable pain, humans never just accepted suffering, but fought back with creativity, turning stones and sticks into real dental tools at the dawn of civilization. The most shocking truth of all is that even with modern clinics, anesthesia, polished equipment, electric brushes, flavored toothpaste, and fluoride water, our teeth have become weaker, more fragile, and more diseased than those of the prehistoric people who lived in dirt and chewed raw meat. And scientists everywhere are stunned because the numbers don't lie. They show that the average modern human mouth is dominated by harmful, acid-loving bacteria that eat away our enamel every single day, while the ancient mouth had a massive army of diverse bacteria that worked together like a protective shield, and that shield has disappeared from our mouths because of one giant reason. Our lifestyle destroyed it. From the moment agriculture began and humans stopped roaming and started eating soft grain, sugar and starchy porridge, we invited destructive bacteria that love sugar to grow. And when the industrial age added candy, cakes, soda, and sticky processed snacks, we completely wiped out the ancient balance nature gave us. And while prehistoric people chewed strong, natural fiber for hours each day, which cleaned their teeth naturally and made the jaw grow wider, we now sip sugary drinks, eat chocolate, chips, soft noodles, and keep snacking all day long, giving bacteria endless food to produce acid non-stop, keeping our mouth in an acidic state for hours, which dissolves enamel layer by layer. The irony is painful. They never brushed, yet they had almost no cavities, but we brush every morning and night. Yet we still suffer from fillings, sensitivity, and root canals, paying huge amounts of money just to keep our teeth from falling apart. And even children as young as 5 are getting steel crowns, while caveman children had strong teeth that lasted. Scientists performing DNA analysis on ancient dental plaque discovered hundreds of bacterial species living together harmoniously in prehistoric mouths, many of which no longer exist in modern humans. Which means we've not only lost tooth health, but an entire microscopic ecosystem that worked like a natural medicine. And some researchers are now asking if we should bring back those ancient bacteria through future microbiome therapy to save modern teeth. Because the truth is, our mouth bacteria diversity has been collapsing for thousands of years, and every time it drops, our dental problems go up. Our ancestors even used their teeth as weapons and tools, ripping animal skin, holding stone shards, gripping sinew to twist rope. And even though this wore their teeth down flat, over time, it also removed any rough edges where bacteria could hide. So ironically, heavy mechanical use actually protected them from cavities, while we barely use our jaws, so our faces have become narrower and our teeth crowded, creating perfect hiding places for plaque and germs. Look at our modern lifestyle. We eat soft bread, sugary cereals, creamy coffee, processed noodles and energy drinks constantly, which leave residues that bacteria love. And because we don't chew hard fiber anymore, we've lost the natural scrubbing effect that our ancestors enjoyed. Dentists say that brushing and flossing for a few minutes is not enough to match the hours of mechanical cleaning early humans had through tough chewing, and no amount of minty mouthwash can replace the protective microbiome diversity our ancestors possessed. So while we think we've advanced, in reality we've created a dental disaster and then built a giant medical industry just to fight it, while hunter-gatherers had no tools, yet had better mouths. The real horror is that cavities and gum disease are just the surface. Poor dental health can lead to heart disease, diabetes, and brain infection, and ancient people sometimes died from tooth abscess. But overall, they had far fewer chronic dental problems. Scientists now believe if we truly want to improve dental health, we may need to go backwards and study how to restore the ancient oral ecosystem, maybe even reintroduce extinct bacteria species or change diets more toward natural fiber to allow the mouth to heal. This means the future of dentistry might actually lie in the distant Stone Age, because our current fight, with metal tools, chemicals and surgeries, only treats symptoms but never restores the lost natural defense. One study from the Australian Centre for Ancient DNA states that the decline in oral bacterial diversity began with farming and worsened with industrial food, and continues today, meaning each generation has weaker teeth than the last. And as long as children grow up on sugary, processed foods, their teeth and gums will be under attack from day one. Our ancestors didn't even know what a cavity was for most of human history, while now cavities are normal in childhood. That alone shows how far we have fallen. So Chapter 3 is the monster truth. We lost the war nature had already won for us. We destroyed the microbial guardians in our mouth. We replaced bone-crushing meals with soft poison, and now we live in a world where humans have to fight every day just to keep their teeth from rotting inside their own mouths, even though our bodies were never designed to fail this way. And the only hope might be reviving the ancient knowledge and bacterial allies we destroyed, proving that sometimes true progress means traveling back into the dark caves of the past to recover something priceless we didn't even realize we lost. So in the end, while we sit in bright dental clinics and complain about a root canal, we forget that our ancestors endured stone drills and raw agony, but still had stronger teeth. And the true tragedy is that even with all our modern tools, we are losing a basic battle. They already won through nature and balance, so maybe the real future of dental health lies not in inventing stronger chemicals, but in relearning the lost wisdom of the Stone Age, restoring the natural bacteria we destroyed, eating with purpose instead of addiction, and respecting how our bodies were designed. Next time you brush your teeth, remember that cavemen had no toothbrushes yet, no cavities, and ask yourself, what did they know that we have forgotten? And if you want me to reveal practical ways to bring back ancient dental secrets into your life today, comment "stone teeth" below. Like this video, subscribe, and join me as we uncover more terrifying truths hidden inside the dark past of humanity.